Today Bob's doing an amp tone demo based on a song that I've requested instead of what he usually plays.
Yay!
It's for all you humbucker guys. He's playing this beautiful Les Paul, and he's going to play his rendition of Shine by Collective Soul. Your favorite.
Yay!
Okay, but he's going to play it in his own way.
Yeah, but I'm not going to use that chainsaw amp sound that's on that song, or a real grungy guitar. As you said, I'm just going to use it, play it with, with a Les Paul.
It's a beautiful Les Paul.
And a pair of 10 ends.
Beautiful 10 ends that make everything sound better.
Yep. And I will turn the gain master on for this song.
Wow, that sounded great. So what did you do there?
Yay, that's me playing a 90s song.
Oh, whatever. So what did you do there?
I just played the song the way I would hear it in my head,
It sounded really great.
Yeah,
I think I actually might like it better than the... Well, the tone is
it's
so
a good
good.
song. If you have a good song, you can do whatever you want with it. Like, picture if Jimi Hendrix... Jimi Hendrix used to wait for the Dylan records to come out, and he'd run down the store and get it the day it comes out, come home and spin it. And if he heard, like, All Along the Watchtower and said, man, I got to play that song, but in order to play it, I'm going to have to go get that same acoustic guitar Bob Dylan used and all the same instruments that were on it and make it sound just like that. I mean,
make your voice sound like...
It would be silly. It would be ridiculous, right? Or Jimmy Page plays a Robert Johnson song. A million times he did, and who didn't? Robert Johnson, the greatest guitar player that ever lived, right? And said, oh, I got to go out and get an old Gibson acoustic with a bent, warped neck, and I got to figure out exactly what piece of pipe to cut that he used, and
get plastic surgery to make your fingers 8 feet long.
I mean, what? Why? We already heard that, right?
Wait, you're going to play a Blind Willie song? Better poke your eyes out.
Yeah, poke your eyes out and be blind, and I mean, it's just silly, right? So. If you have a good song, you can do whatever you want with it, and especially sounds like when I was younger, I would miss out on a lot of stuff but it's also part of what made me build great amps was always chasing great tone. So if I heard a song that had horrible sound, like a chainsaw guitar, I hate that stuff. If you guys like it, that's good. It's fine. It's to each his own, but I don't like it.
That's what they ended up with after the sound engineers got a hold of
Probably.
it too.
And
this is before.
Yeah, and I would miss out because that's a good song. I mean, you could take a song like that and do it whatever you want with it. I mean.
Well, in case anybody's interested, what was your tuning and what did you do in it? What's your effects and stuff?
Okay, well, the tuning, I don't know. I have to sit down and listen to the song, figure out exactly how he's tuned. But this guitar lives with 11s on it, back wrapped, E flat, so it's a half step down. And I just tuned my my low string to a D, or what it is, a half step down.
And you got the little delay on?
I got one delay, one really short delay on.
And you were using the Gain Master?
Yeah. So that's the short delay with it off. it would be. So it's real short, you know. It's a very short delay. So with that delay on.
Makes it a little more like a concert hall sound.
It makes it like as if this room didn't have a million things in it with carpet and all kinds of stuff, you know. Makes it sound like a more open room, you know. I do that a lot. Just a very, very tight delay.
I know a lot of people make a comment though, like, oh, you have all these things on, but you really didn't have anything on.
No, the gain master, and when you first walked up on me, the gain master was off. So this amp's set the way they are. They're very low right now. You can almost talk over it, but you know, without the gain master on, you know. That's the bridge pickup, and if I were to turn the neck pickup up. Tells you where the sound was coming from, you know. So I go from here on the bridge pickup to here with the gain master. You can get anything you want with those two settings, with any guitar you want, you know.
I can see why some people would get stuck on the clean sound and think of your amp as a big clean amp. That's what Tony Rombola called it, right? In the interview.
Oh no! He uses distortion through it too.
Right, but some people get really stuck on the clean sound and they don't realize what the gain master really
does. If there isn't a great clean sound, there isn't an amp. Not even, let alone a great amp. There isn't even an amp. You know, I mean, guys record these things clean, and I mean these amps are just incredible clean. They're just so warm, and it's an unbelievable clean sound. But you know that's where you get all your gain sounds have to come from a great clean sound. And that's one of the reasons why I designed the gain master to do it, because if you try to put all that in the amp, you kill the clean sound of the amp. You know, all those modified this and modified Marshalls and all that stuff. You know.
Well, it seems like you can get just about any sound you want out of it.
Out of this, yeah, no doubt, and that's just the way I had it set. There's a million different ways to change the settings, you know. And the greatest thing about these amps is I can take them from wherever I want to whatever volume. Like if I'm going after that sound right there, I can get that sound at any volume I want.
Turn down lower and do it.
Well, I mean, I have to go over here and reset everything.
Well, then do it.
I don't want to do it right now.
Okay, well then we'll do it later.
Okay.
I'm going to make you play that song over and over.
I mean, because it takes me time to set the volumes, and it's really not something to do on a video, but you're asking me to do it, so.
Well, it turned into a tone talk, and people are always asking about this stuff. And I think the humbucker people feel cheated.
Okay, for the sake of time, I don't want to set the other amp. I only have one amp on. See, this switch gives me...
Okay, so you're not in stereo
Those
now.
Green lights give me whichever amp I want, left
okay,
or
so
right.
you just have this one going?
Right. So, and I have to set this volume here back to where I was.
Do you have gain master on?
Yes. And this is low enough to whisper over, you know.
Oh yeah, we can talk about
you can talk at a low volume over that sound, and that was one amp. I could do it with 2 amps too, but it just takes more time to go over and set that amp. And I'm sure the camera heard that. But the problem when I play really low like that, what I don't like on the videos is the camera hears my strings.
I know, I could hear them too.
It hears it over the amps, but it's because the camera takes like really low level sounds and tries to make them loud, right? So, you know, when you're sitting here playing like this, you don't hear these strings. You just hear a great sound coming out at a very low volume. You know. The camera, when it hears that, is going to hear like a loud slapping string sound over the sound of that. That's why I normally turn them up just a little bit in the videos. But you can play these amps so low, it's not even funny. And everyone always asks me, how many watts are they? How many? And I don't tell anybody. And let me tell you why I don't tell you guys how many watts they are. Okay? Because everybody thinks they know everything about amps, even guys that don't even build amps. And for a reason, because you learned over the years that certain wattage amps sound a certain way. Well, this isn't that. This is a whole different design. Okay? The wattage has nothing to do with how they sound. I can get the sound of these amps as loud as I want or as low as I want. These amps play low better than anything in the world, any other amp in the world. And they play so low it's not even funny. Okay? And so if I say the wattage of the amp, I say one of these amps can make 80 watts. People are like, well, I don't want that. I don't want to be loud. Yeah, well, on the same token, this amp sounds better low than any amp you ever heard in your life. Okay, so if I tell you it's 80 watts, you know, you might use that as a way to judge whether you want an amp or not. And the deal is it's so hard to sell an amp through videos. But when guys come here, I sit down and play this amp, they never ask me the wattage because they turn the knobs and realize they can get this amp as loud as they would ever need to be or as low as they would ever need to be. And that thing is erased in their head of thinking they know how to buy an amp through what wattage it is, you know. And so you know, that's why I don't write it down everywhere and advertise it everywhere.
I know a lot of people ask that. How many watts is it? How many
right.
watts? Like that's going to be the determining factor.
And I know that better than anybody. I've been a guitar player all my life. I know the whole idea of chasing tone, and there was a days where I wouldn't touch an amp at this wattage or that because they were old amps, you know, and they weren't this design. This design has, I just showed you how I can play that same sound. That was a volume where someone could be sleeping in the next room, okay, where I just had that amp. Look where the volumes are on that amp. And then this one, Michelle, I didn't touch, so that's where the volumes were.
That's where it was for the beginning.
Right. Oh, and I can do this. I can. All right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to play that one part. The part I can't stand the most about this song, but it'll get the point across. And I don't play it very well, so
you're playing it low.
Forgive me. I'm on the low amp now. Okay. Okay. That's the Gain Master off. Gain Master on. Now I'm going to turn the amp on that's a little louder, or a lot louder actually. I think I have the high end up higher on that amp in relation to this amp. So to do that.
Well, plus you're using your other speakers too, right? Are they going through different speakers?
Yeah, different cabs. Each cab sounds a little bit different too. But so. Okay, now the low amp, and the camera you won't know the difference on the camera how much louder that amp is than that right now. There's a huge difference there. So you'll just be hearing the tone on the camera, and unfortunately you're going to hear on this low one, you're going to hear the strings over the sound probably. So hopefully that's a good. This turned into a Tone Talk demo,
Don't they always?
and that's a good thing. All right, and you got your song played that you
Collective Soul,
wanted
Shine.
to hear. Yeah.
Bob Gjika's instrumental versions.
And please don't ever take any of my videos as a guitar lesson. I have no clue how to play that song. I play it the way I hear it in my head. Peace out.